It's every kid's dream, really. Like the crowds, like everything that comes with it, like the walkout song. Yeah, I would love it. Yeah.
Oh, that's like a genuine emotion, though. So you were Manchester United growing up?
Yeah. My whole family supports United. So like growing up, like we used to come watch all the games and stuff. So like me, my brother, my dad, love it.
See, this is the thing, like how important is it just having the opportunity to be able to do that? Like you wear the Manchester United shirt, you play Old Trafford.
I think even like last season when like I was injured and we came back and we had a game at Old Trafford, like even to walk out onto the pitch, like I can remember like you always used to want to like go touch a bit of the grass as like a kid, but you couldn't obviously because you weren't like the player. Like now I get to walk onto the pitch and do whatever I want, really. I think it's mental.
Like we say, it's this game could be almost a bit of a decider in terms of league positioning as well. Obviously, every team wants to win every single game, but what would it mean to beat them here?
Like I say, like I think it would just be amazing. Like they're coming to our ground, like our home. Like it would just mean everything to beat them. Like obviously we've played them already a few times this season at Lee and at Etihad, and to beat them there, I think it would just be again amazing to beat them in front of our home fans. So I think it would be massive.
And your family as well, like to come
definitely.
and watch their daughter or their cousin or sis or whatever. Like it's really special.
I know, and especially like because there's so many of us that do support United as well. Like I think like we've all our families have grown up knowing United. So then to come to Old Trafford to watch now someone that you used to support play, you're going to be playing. I think it's mental.
Does it matter to you that there's so many of the male counterparts of Manchester United who are like willing you guys on as well? Is that important?
Yeah, I think everyone should get behind us. Like really, like it's all one team really.
The women are getting to play here at Old Trafford. They're going for a record crowd, also for the derby game. How important is it for you guys as the male allies of the women to support that?
Yeah, very important. Obviously, we're together in this. It's an entire club. It's not only men and female. We're both here to help each other, and we wish the females a very good game, and it's a very important game as well. I think they're quite close in the top, aren't they? So yeah, special game.
I think it's massive, and obviously what I hope is for them to have the opportunity to play with a full stadium. I think that would be amazing for them. It's something unique. This stadium has a special aura, a special feeling every time you come to the pitch and you see the stadium full. Sometimes when you're here for a long time, you might take for granted because there's always like that.
Absolutely. I saw lovely pictures of your daughter on social media, and the picture of her wearing the little United kit out with you at Old Trafford. Yes. You must look and think, one day she can do that.
Yeah, I think hopefully one day she can look to it and be inspired by that. Obviously, me being a football player, she will have the ball always there in the corner. And then she will decide if she wants to play football or not. But I think we have to normalize a little bit more women to be in love for this sport. I think it's such a beautiful sport, such a sport that impacts a lot of people. So why not? Why can you not have maybe one day in the future men and women playing together? I don't know. In a few years, maybe that can happen. I don't know. It's a scenario that we don't know the future, but I think we have to normalize a fact that women's team can fill full get stadiums full. They can play in front of thousands of people, attractive football. I think the women's football are going towards that direction, and hopefully they can reach that level.
Yeah, any of the stadiums are obviously really cool, and I think it's more before than after you've sort of really like understand what a cool opportunity it is. And you know, during the game you could be playing anywhere, you could be on a park and you wouldn't even realise. So no, it's really special to have the opportunities, and I think there's going to be many more to come as well.
Absolutely. Do you feel that there's like an added pressure being the captain with that, to like being able to step out at Old Trafford and like give the people
It was
what
actually
they want?
my first game as captain at Old Trafford, like my first game ever. Yeah, West Ham at the start of the season. So Yeah, I got thrown into the deep end, but it was nice. We won that game, so that was a good start. But no, I think I've always ever played like the best I can, and I try and be reliable on the pitch and kind of give my all every game, and try and be as consistent as possible, and so the players know what to expect from me, and kind of lead in that way.
How important is it to you, as now the captain of the club and as a woman in football, like to watch the youngsters come in, young boys and girls, and go, oh, this is normal. We see women playing here now as well.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think it's kind of a responsibility that you kind of have to take on. Don't really realise it. You just see how much difference it's made. Like even from where I'm from now, the amount of girls that are playing football now is incredible, and it's so nice to see as well. And it's just going to raise the standard even more. The quality of the girls and the boys coming through is insane. So. Yeah, I wonder where football will be in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
Our home opener at Old Trafford, luckily enough, my family was able to come over as well. Like, it was first game in regular season wearing the Manchester United badge. I was just ecstatic to have my family with me, and then also headed a ball for the first time, you know. And then we just had that resounding win, so it was just a great feeling. The environment was electric, and our supporters, home and away, are just always so energetic, and we definitely feel their support all the time.
And it's constantly building as well. I mean, the ambition would be to have 50,000 fans at this game for the derby in May. Tell me, are your dressing room teaching you about the hatred and the rivalry between City and United?
Yeah, well, I think that was the shock value when I first moved here. Within the first week, it was just like, I'm just walking around there just like red or blue. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, clearly red. But yeah, like I love that. I love that for English football, like how much of a rivalry is just like instilled in the culture of the community and how passionate you are about the sport. So I love to see that. Love, you know, whatever side they're on, just to create like this awesome atmosphere that we'll have on May 4th.
Absolutely, and it's important that the opportunity's there.
Yes.
And that's, I would say, one of the main things that we seem to focus on in the moment is that it's getting that place to play. You know, Old Trafford has been that stage for so many years, and now the women are becoming more regular on this stage. Does that boost the performance? Does it boost morale in the dressing room?
I think so, yeah. I think moving to England as well, like when I'm driving on the, I would say highway, but carriageway, you know, you see signs and it's just like, I'll see Ella Toon, my teammate, up on this giant screen. So like all of these moments leading up to that match day, for us as players and for the fans, just knowing like we are on an equal level now. We still play this sport just as well and just as entertaining. And then we have so many personalities that you can follow and you know, throughout our entire careers. So I think it's just amazing, just the investment that we have and the exposure that we're having. And I think it could always get better. But right now I'm pretty excited to be a part of this history in women's football. And
you must enjoy when you see the young fans, boys, girls, men, women, everyone together. It's they're enjoying that experience with you, you know. How important is it to set an example for them in the future? You know, I have a daughter, I have twins, right, boy and a girl, and they're 5, and everything they've done at the same time together. And we were watching your game the other night. A 4-0 win, and my daughter just looks and sees it as normal to see women playing football on the telly, you know, and I'm like,
oh, that's awesome.
Life changes, you know, and there has to be like people adapt to that as well. Thankfully, some people will adapt to that.
Yeah, life changes and can change quick when you're intentional. So I think the league here has grown intentionally. I think all the measures that have been put in place, you know, as I'm saying with those billboards, the radio, everything that's happening, I think has really improved our growth and allowed us to have both girls, boys, and everyone in the stands enjoying our games, and even more so once we can continue getting that. And I think that would be really great for our sport.
It's Old Trafford. You know, we play for Manchester United, and that's one of the greatest clubs in the world. So for us to be able to put on a performance and put on a show at the Theatre of Dreams, it's a dream, isn't it?
And your story is particularly interesting because you've got sister Olivia. She's at West Brom. What was that like when you beat them in the cup?
Yeah, so when we drew them, we both said like we knew it was going to happen. We just had this feeling. She was out when the draw was on, so we FaceTimed each other straight away, and we were like, oh my God, like we're going to play each other. But yeah, the night was amazing. I sorted a box out for my family, so we were all able to watch together, and she did herself so proud. And you know, the supporters, even our fans, were bigging her up, and that's what made me really happy. It was hard not to play and not to be involved myself, but I mean, it meant that we didn't kick each other, so I suppose that's probably best. But yeah, I was so proud of her, and again, it just means that she can show off herself on a bigger stage, and I like to think that's what she's done.
Maybe one day Manchester United, you can be like the Nevilles of the women's side.
Yeah. Well, we've drawn them once in a cup, so we could maybe draw them again. But yeah, she can come and join me here.
It's just very exciting to see that there is now so much attention being put on this game that hopefully we're going to be able to break a record attendance. That would be really cool.
How have you noticed that changing through your experience? Because you've been Arsenal, you've been away again at Wolfsburg, back in England. What's the change like?
I feel like every club you play against, you see that they are trying to play in the big stadiums. They're trying, to break certain records. You see even them breaking records in the championship. I think just seeing how much attention is being put in the women's game and just seeing how everything is evolving, it's just really nice to see. And I also think that's one of the main reasons why women's football in England is being so popular, and people just want to be able to move to England because they have the image and you're being able to also showcase what you can do. So just seeing that whole evolution in the women's game is really nice to see.
You've probably seen all of that journey, that transition. You must feel proud of what you've achieved in the game.
Yeah, but then I also feel like I'm the type of person that is always looking to just keep improving, and I feel like I haven't hit my top years yet, so I'm really trying to get there. But it's just really nice to see how the women's game obviously is growing. Just also the level. Sometimes you don't even think about how much you're growing yourself, but then just generally the women's game has grown so much and you just grew with it. So I think every single person that has been in the journey can be very proud of what they have achieved so far.
How important is that to set that example now to youngsters watching football, that women get the equal opportunity?
I think it's important that they also see where we're all coming from, and that it's not just something that we already have, because maybe for someone that's just coming around the corner and just hopping in the women's game and all of a sudden having all these things like just facilities and big stadiums and attendance, I think it's important for them to realize that it wasn't a normal thing, where now it's becoming a more normal thing. But still, I feel like we have to push for still a lot of things, and it's important that we keep setting the bar high, and not be happy how far we've come, but keep progressing, and don't settle for what we have.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we as older players have an important influence on that, just to let the girls know that, it's not all coming by itself. You have to work hard for it, and you always need some role models. Like I think in England you have a lot of people that are role models that are really showing and opening up about things that need to be changed. So I think that's a really good thing to see.
That's why I play football for, the big games where you can just go out there and it's like so many fans but you can't hear them because it's like you're just so into the game, and those games is just what you play football for.
Do you think about the steps in women's football, like where it is now, getting the opportunities to play at Old Trafford? How much does that mean to you personally as a woman in football?
It means a lot. Like all these fans like playing in these stadiums is like a dream for all of my friends, at least, because my friends in Norway like played football before. That's like everyone's dreams, even though they were a boy or girl or anything. So playing in that stadium is like, it's massive, it's emotional, it's a dream. Like after my career, telling people I played in Old Trafford, it's actually crazy.
All of our games at Old Trafford are incredible. The first couple of years when I was here, because we weren't used to playing at Old Trafford, like the occasion and the stadium is so unlike what we're used to playing in, that alone is a feature. But we've got to a point now as a women's team where playing at Old Trafford is something that we've had more experience of. So one, being able to come here and actually claim it as our sort of home ground. Two, playing our rivals. Three, off the back of an amazing home or an amazing away win against City earlier in the season. Like, we really want to keep this momentum going. We all know in football things can change very quickly, and so really you can only literally look at the next game. But I think you can probably tell from being around us, there's a bit of a good vibe about us at the moment. We seem to have clicked this year, and I think that it's on us to try and keep that going and put ourselves in the best position to get into Champions League.
What do you put that down to, Aoife? Because the transition on the pitch with players kind of coming in, players going, there was big shoes to fill as well. What's been the ingredient in the team that's made it click?
If I knew that, I think I'd be a manager. If I knew the answer to that question. I think when we've had tricky periods in the past, so last season we didn't do as well as we wanted, it's never through lack of trying. And sometimes I imagine, let's say as a fan, and you're looking from the outside and you can see a team that aren't doing well, it can be quite hard to see that it's very rarely through like trying too little. And so I would say like our effort and our intent and what we want to achieve and our aspirations has always been the same throughout the seasons. And then some years it seems to click a bit more, and that this year we seem to have come together even closer as a team than even potentially previous seasons. And even in previous seasons, I would have put my neck on the line and say we were probably one of the closest, if not the closest team in the WSL. So for me to say that we've got even closer on the team and have that belief, I think that's probably quite unique. And then you get in a run of some wins, you get some really good wins under your belt, and all of a sudden you feel like momentum is in your favour.
A derby day is a derby day. It doesn't matter like whether it's the women playing, whether it's the men playing. Like, it is one of the biggest rivalries in modern day football. Like, and it's always been such a big rivalry. And like, I think we're going to see that when we come and we play City, just the way that we played them at their stadium, and they're going to come to our stadium and we're going to play them, and you know, hopefully we'll bring a great game to the fans.
Playing at Old Trafford is always like, you can hear the fans, it's the atmosphere walking out is amazing. So, you know, to be able to win the derby and deliver that for the fans at Old Trafford would be perfect.
Does it add pressure or nerves or anything like that, or do you rise to the occasion?
I haven't really thought about it too much yet, but we'll probably get a little bit nervous, but like pressure, you want to perform under pressure, that's why you play at the top stage.
Pressure is a privilege.
Yeah, that's
what they say. Is that what they say? I wouldn't know,